So today's first topic is potential energy of charges in an external electric field. So if you placed a charge in an external electric field, then how many energy stored in this system, or we can say in this charge? So basically we know work done to bring Q charge from infinity to a point P. You can see here if we bring Q amount of charge from infinity to a point, and this point is situated in an external electric field. Okay, so if we bring Q amount of charge from infinity to a point P in an external electric field without accelerating the charge, then work done W equals to Q into V. What is V? V is the potential at point P. So this amount of work stored as a potential energy at point P. So UP, or we can say potential energy of this point UP, equals to W equals to Q into V. Next topic is potential energy of a system of two charges. So here we want to form a system of two charges Q1 and Q2 at a distance x. So you can see here we want to form a system where this system contains Q1 and Q2 charge, and they are separated at a distance x. So first here we considering Q1 is the first charge. That means when we bring Q1 charge from infinity to point A, in this case no work is done, because in this case no other charge is present around this Q1 charge. Okay, so in this case no other charge is present, that's why no electric field. When we bring Q1 amount of charge from infinity to a point, at that situation due to no other charges are present here, due to this no electric field are generated at this in this region. So if electric field is zero, that means to bring Q1 amount of charge from infinity, work done W1 equals to also 0. Okay, now then we want to bring so if we placed Q1 amount of charge at a point, then now we want to find what is the potential at point P due to Q1 charge. So here the potential at point P due to Q1 charge equals to K into Q1 by X. K equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by X. So this is the potential energy at point P due to Q1 charge. Now if we bring another charge Q2 from infinity to B point in the presence of Q1 charge. Okay, so at that time work done to bring Q2 amount of charge from infinity to B point in the presence of Q1 charge, W2 equals to Q2, that means test charge, into potential at point B. That means we can write, so work done in bringing Q2 charge from infinity to B point, that is W2 equals to Q2 into B. That means Q2 into K, Q2 into K into Q1 by X. Okay, so that means K into Q1 Q2 by X. Now total work done in bringing charge Q1 and Q2 from infinity and positioning them respectively at A and B point, that is total work equals to W1 and W2. Now W1 equals to 0 and W2 equals to K into Q1 Q2 by X. So total work done equals to K into Q1 Q2 by X, or we can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 into X if the surrounding medium is vacuum or air. So this amount of work becomes the potential energy of the system of two charges. So U, or we can say potential energy of this system of two charges, equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by x. Okay, so now next topic is potential energy of a system of three charges. So you can see here. So let us calculate the work done, or the net work done in building a configuration of three charges q1, q2 and q3 by bringing them from infinity to the location A, B and C. So you can see here, we want to form a system where the system is contain q1 charge at point A, q2 charge at point B and q3 charge at point C. To form this system, we have to done some work, right? And that amount of work stored as a potential energy in this system. So first here we are assuming that q1 is the first charge. That means when we bring q1 charge from infinity to A point, in this time no other charges are present there. So if in the absence of any other charges, work done to bring q1 amount of charge from infinity to A, which is equals to 0, right? Now here I am considering the second charge is q2. So first we have to find potential at point B due to q1 charge. So potential at point B due to q1 charge, VB equals to K into source charge by distance, that means x1, right? So the work done to bring q2 charge from infinity to B point, W2 equals to q2 into potential at point B, because in this case only q1 charge is present when we bring q2 charge at point B. At that time q3 charge is not present, there only q1 charge present. Okay, when we bring q2 charge, then only q1 charge is present. So potential at point C due to so work done in bringing q2 charge from infinity to B point, W2 equals to q2 into VB. That means K into q1 q2 by x1, right? So now we have to find net potential at point C due to q1 and q2 charges. Okay, so net potential at point C due to q1 and q2 charges, VC equals to potential due to q1 charge, which is K into q1 by x2, because the distance is x2, and potential at point C due to q2 charge, which is equals to K into q2 by x3, because the distance is x3. So the net potential K into q1 by x2 plus q2 by x3. So work done in bringing charge q3 from infinity to C point. So when we bring q3 charge from infinity to C point, at that time two charges are present there. So we have to done some work, and the work W3 equals to q3 into net potential at point C due to presence of these two charges, which is VC. So W3 equals to K into q1 q3 by x2 plus q2 q3 by x3. Total work done in bringing charges q1, q2 and q3 from infinity and positioning them respectively at A, B and C. So the net work equals to W1 plus W2 plus W3, and the result is k into q1 q2 by x1 plus q1 q3 by x2 plus q2 q3 by x3, and that amount of work stored as a potential energy in this system of three charges. So this W becomes the potential energy of the three charges q1, q2 and q3, and that is U equals to k into q1 q2 by x1 plus q1 q3 by x2. This one is q1 q3 by x2 plus q2 q3 by x3. So this is the total amount of energy which is stored in this system to form this system. Now the next topic is work done work done in rotating an electric dipole in an electric field. So here I am taking uniform electric field. So how to represent uniform electric field? Uniform electric field means field lines are parallel to each other. Okay, so this is the direction of field. So this parallel lines indicates the electric field in this region is uniform. Okay, so if there is a dipole of dipole moment P, and suppose this dipole makes theta angle with this electric field. This is the direction of dipole moment, and the length of this dipole is suppose 2a. Okay, so the dipole makes theta angle with this electric field. This one is, so this is the initial position of this dipole. Suppose here I am considering this is the initial position of this dipole, and if we rotate this dipole along this side, then you can see here the force exerted on minus q charge is along this side, which is QE, right? And force exerted on plus q charge along this side, which is also QE. That means if we placed a dipole in an external electric field, then couple is acting on this dipole, and we already discussed about that the value of couple, that means torque is exerted on this dipole, and you can see here this torque has tendency to align this dipole along the direction of electric field, because this torque has tendency to rotate this dipole along this side. That means this torque has tendency to align this dipole along the direction of electric field. So that means this torque rotates this dipole clockwise. Okay, so the value of tau, and this torque is created due to this external electric field. So tau equals to, we already know, P E sin theta. Okay, theta is the angle between P and E. So if we want to rotate this dipole along this direction, that means if we want to rotate this dipole anti-clockwise, then we have to, or external agent will have to done some work against this torque, right? Because due to this torque, the dipole has tendency to rotate along this side. But here we are assuming that when we rotate this dipole along this side, then the dipole should not be accelerated. That means we want to rotate this dipole along this side with a uniform motion. So that means the external torque applied on this dipole, which is almost equals to this torque. That means P sin theta, according to our consideration. And you can see here this torque is depend on theta. That means if when the dipole is rotate, then theta will change, right? If theta will change, then the torque is also change here. That means this is not constant at here, it's a variable quantity and it depends on, that means this one is depends on theta. So if applied force on any body is not constant, and in this situation how to find work done? In this situation we have to consider infinitesimally small displacement. Here I am considering if we displaced this dipole d theta amount, then the work done by external agent dw equals to tau into d theta. Why? Because for this minimum displacement, here we can consider the torque applied in this situation, and the torque applied in this situation is almost similar because d theta is a very very small displacement. So we can write dw equals to tau. That means for this displacement torque is constant, okay, because d theta is very small. So dw equals to tau into d theta. If we put the value of tau, that means P is sin theta into d theta. So now if we integrate dw, then we can get total work done to rotate this dipole from theta to theta 1. Suppose we want to rotate this dipole theta to theta 1, that means along this side. Suppose this one is minus q, this one is plus q and this one is minus q, okay. So and the angle, this final angle, this one is initial angle and this angle is suppose theta 1. That means theta 1 is the final angle with dipole moment and E vector. So that means after rotating, dipole moment and the angle between dipole moment and intensity is theta 1. So initially the dipole is along this side, and here I want to rotate the dipole along this side, and this is the final position of this dipole, and in this final position the dipole makes theta 1 angle with intensity. So total work done to rotate the dipole from theta to theta 1, W equals to integration of theta to theta 1, PE sin theta into d theta, okay. So here P is constant because dipole moment of this dipole is constant, intensity is also constant, so there comes out from this function. So we have to integrate sin theta d theta. So P integration of sin theta equals to minus cos theta, theta to theta 1, okay. So here minus P cos theta 1 minus cos theta. So PE cos theta minus cos theta 1. Achha, you can see here, this is, we can also say this is the initial angle, right? Initial angle of dipole. because theta, this is the initial position of this dipole, right? That means we can say theta is the initial angle of the, that means we can also write W equals to PE cos theta I, that means initial angle, minus cos theta if this is final angle. So this amount of work is stored as a potential energy in this dipole. So this is the work done to rotating a dipole in an external electric field. Here some cases, here I am considering some cases. Case number 1, if theta equals to, that means if the dipole be rotated through 90 degree from the direction of the field, then work done will be, so if, then in this case theta I equals to 0 degree, because the initial position, if the initial position is dipole is along this side, that means theta equals to 0 degree, because here P and D are parallel and we want to rotate the dipole along this side, and theta, final theta is suppose 90 degree. Then work done equals to, just put all these values, cos theta I, that means 0 degree, minus cos theta I, that means 90 degree. So the answer will be PE into 1, that means PE. If we want to rotate the dipole, if we want to rotate the dipole through 180 degree from the direction of field, then the work done will be, that means initial position is this, initial position of this dipole is along this side, this is the direction of P, okay, which is along the direction of E. So if we want to rotate this dipole through 180 degree, then in this case theta initial equals to 0 degree and theta final equals to 180 degree. So W equals to PE cos 0 degree minus cos 90 degree, that means 180, this one is 180. So 1 minus of minus 1, because 180 equals to minus 1, so PE into 2, that means 2 P.